Hey everyone, in this video we'll be exploring some incredible One Piece theories from Japan that aren't widely known here in the US. We'll be diving into the undisclosed truth about revolution being the key to the essence of the One Piece story, how its world is connected to European history, and the significance of the keyword playing cards. We'll break down these popular theories from Japan in an easy-to-understand way, so be sure to stick around until the end. If watching this video makes you realize, wow, One Piece was a story of revolution all along, then please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you're amazed by the revelation that the playing card motifs symbolize the revolution, drop a comment saying Card Revolution. Alright, let's dive in. Alright, listen up, because the first minute of this video is going to be super important. You see, the character Ace is actually connected to playing cards. The Spade in the Spade Pirates, which Ace was a part of, is one of the suits in a deck of cards and represents the strongest card. But get this, the word spade also means death. Even Eiichiro Oda, the creator of One Piece, said that he intended for Ace to die from the very beginning when he introduced him into the story. On the other hand, the word heart in the Heart Pirates, which Trafalgar Law is part of, represents love. By the way, did you know that Corazon, Don Quixote Rocinante's code name, also means heart in Spanish? And then there's the Bardo Club, led by Bartolomeo, with club in its name, which gives off the impression of military force and the possibility of starting a war. So Ace, Law, and Bartolomeo are all Luffy's friends and allies. Following that logic, the remaining suit of diamonds can also be considered Luffy's allies, right? In fact, the characters associated with diamonds who have helped Luffy are actually the Revolutionary Army. Characters connected to diamonds have appeared as Luffy's allies throughout the story. Diamine is a very popular card game in Japan. In the game of Diamine, the Three of Diamonds is actually the weakest card, so it's considered the most powerless card. East Blue, the place of Luffy's father, Dragon, and the base of operations for the Revolutionary Army, is known as the weakest sea in the world of One Piece. However, in the game of Diamine, when a revolution occurs, the weakest Three of Diamonds card becomes the strongest card. This could symbolize how, just like the Revolutionary Army and the Three of Diamonds, the disparity between the rich and the poor will be reversed in the world of One Piece. In other words, it might be a story about how Imu-sama, who reigns supreme at the top of the world, will be overthrown by a revolution. In this way, the story of One Piece is filled with elements inspired by the revolution in playing cards. And when you notice the connection between the story of One Piece and playing cards, it really starts to make sense, doesn't it? Anyone who's experienced a revolution in a game of cards should understand that when a revolution happens, the hierarchy is turned upside down. Actually, there was an episode in One Piece that symbolized this reversal of hierarchical relationships. Here's a question for you. Can you think of any other elements related to playing cards that have appeared in the story of One Piece, aside from what I've already explained? Well, the answer is the characters who appeared in the Dressrosa arc. The names of Don Quixote do Flamingo's subordinates were Treble, Diamante, Pica, and Corazon. In Spanish, these names mean clover, diamond, spade, and heart, respectively. And their boss, Do Flamingo, was referred to as the Joker. So they too had playing card motifs incorporated into their characters. In fact, there are even more elements related to playing cards that appear in One Piece. Now, when you think of cards, another character that comes to mind is Kaido, right? The names of the members of the Tobiropo, who are Kaido's subordinates, all are derived from card games. Multi, Sasaki, Page One, and others. Their names are all taken from card games. The same goes for Speed, Hold'em, D's, Black Maria, and Who's Who. The names of the executives led by Kaido represent the King as K, Queen as Q, and Jack as J, while Kaido himself represents the Joker, the wild card. Well, there's no doubt that playing cards are a motif here as well. The question that arises here is why Oda has incorporated so many elements of playing cards into the story of One Piece. The answer, as I explained at the beginning, is the Three of Diamonds that represents the revolution in playing cards. The key point in a revolution with playing cards is that the hierarchical relationships are reversed. Alright, let's talk about an epic scene in One Piece that symbolizes the reversal of hierarchical relationships. In episode 790 of the anime, there's a moment where Luffy delivers the final blow to Doflamingo. When Luffy defeats Doflamingo with his King Kong gun attack, he strikes Doflamingo from above, smashing him downwards. The subtitle of this episode was Heaven and Earth. Doflamingo, who was once a celestial dragon, was brought down from the heavens to the earth. Now, this is a perfect representation of the revolution in playing cards. That's why I believe the Don Quixote family had playing card motifs incorporated into their characters. Similarly, Kaido was also struck down from above by Luffy's Gum Gum King Kong gun attack in the end. In other words, these two powerful enemies, Doflamingo and Kaido, appeared as characters with playing card motifs and were knocked down from above within the story. If you write the names of the attacks Luffy used to defeat Doflamingo and Kaido in kanji, they become Gum Gum Monkey King Gun and Gum Gum Money God Gun, respectively. Now, you can see the scale up from king to god, right? I believe that the story of One Piece is a tale of revolution where those who reign at the top are overthrown from above. That's why I think Luffy's father, Dragon, is the leader of the revolutionary army. One Piece is a story about seeking freedom from the world's oppression, and at the same time, it's a story of revolution from top to bottom. In essence, the core of the One Piece story is a revolutionary tale depicting the reversal of hierarchical relationships. The world in which the story of One Piece takes place is largely modeled after European history. It incorporates many elements from old Europe, such as the Age of Exploration, the Reformation, and absolute monarchy. The Age of Exploration with pirates, the religious beliefs that emphasize prayer to God, and the absolute rule by the celestial dragons depicted in the story are all reminiscent of European history, aren't they? In European society at that time, the class system was extremely rigid. The upper classes, such as royalty and nobility, reigned at the top of society, while many poor people existed below them. A similar class-based society exists in the world of One Piece. For example, if you think of the Goa Kingdom or the Lulusia Kingdom, you can see the similarities. In other words, the story of One Piece unfolds in a setting based on the historical background of Europe. Interestingly, in the era of strict class-based society in Europe, there was actually one entity that could voice their opinions to the highest authority. And that was the jester, or in other words, the clown. Only jesters were allowed to express their opinions to the rulers from a special position. In a sense, they were the only ones who could transcend class and overturn the status quo. That's why I believe that in card games, the only one who can defeat the king and queen is the Joker. Now, in the story, Whitebeard said something like this on the verge of death: "When someone finds that treasure, the world will be turned upside down." In other words, the essence of this story might be about how the jester, or the clown, will turn the world upside down. The protagonist Luffy's belief as a pirate is expressed in his words, "I don't give a damn whether it's a king or a god. I don't care who's great or who's not." The reason Luffy thinks this way is because I'm a pirate. I believe this is the essence of being a pirate. And by the way, did you know that the English word clown, which means jester, is a play on the word crown, which means a king's crown? In fact, in the story, Buggy's pirate crew used the term crown to refer to a bounty of around 1 billion berries, and their emblem featured a crown. Clown representing the jester and crown representing the king's crown. I believe this wordplay is intentionally connected in the mind of the author, Eiichiro Oda. And the name of Buggy's pirate ship is the Big Top. Buggy becomes one of the 7 warlords of the sea and even rises to the rank of emperor. All the predictions about Buggy's future that have been made in the story have come true, haven't they? Well, this is just my personal opinion, but I believe that the fishmen who appeared in the world of One Piece are a microcosm of the celestial dragons. The fishmen consider themselves to be the supreme beings and look down on humans as inferior creatures. They even despise breathing the same air as humans. In the story, there was a line that said, "For humans to defy fishmen is tantamount to the defying the laws of nature." This is the exact same attitude that the celestial dragons have towards humans. In other words, both the fishmen and the celestial dragons have in common that they position themselves as the supreme beings and look down on others. The pirate ship of the Orlong Pirates, a fisherman pirate crew, was named the Shark Superb. The name includes the word superb, which means supreme, doesn't it? That's why I think Luffy struck down Arlong from above, just like he did with the celestial dragons. The subtitle of the episode where Arlong was defeated was Descending Below. Well, that's all for today. Here on this channel, we post popular theories about One Piece from Japan. Now, if you like One Piece, we'd be happy if you could support us by subscribing to our channel and commenting. Thank you for watching to the end. We'll see you in the next video.